All right, so I'm gonna go over it again because I wasn't recording and I just took this whole thing apart, literally, to show you guys, explained everything. So basically, a while back, I put a 340 in my tank, 340 flex fuel E85 pump, put it in my tank. Had some issues where the pump fell off of the housing. I'll do this real quick for you guys. The pump fell off of the housing, and I had to pull this and mess with the feed line from the pump to the sending unit, and it was a big mix up to where I ended up just buying a stock GSR pump, putting it in the tank, and I've been good, no problems. But now the issue I'm having is I was at work and my gauge read half a tank solid, and there was no gas in my car. Hour and a half, I was cranking the car, checking timing, checking oil level, everything, you name it, checking the tune and the Honda. I went over everything. Long story short, it came to be there was no fuel. After I pulled the line off the rail, I have the 6AN stainless steel coming from the sending unit all the way to the front. Very, very effective for diagnosing purposes. Just took the line off, realized not a drop coming out. Figured that out pretty quick. Got some gas. Then I was on my way. It's been about a week or two. I've been just pondering, all right, how am I gonna attack this? So I figured my gauge might just be reading wrong, or one, or two. The float might have an issue. I've heard some instances where you clean the connection off on the float and work fine. Long story short, here on my float, don't want to break the float. So basically, this is the lowest level on the float, highest level on the float. So this will be about half a tank, right? So this was on my pump, that the 340 pump that I had in the tank. It fell off of the actual sending unit hanger and fell in the tank and was floating around like a turd in the toilet. So long story short, I swapped it out for the GSR, went over everything else, haven't had any issues since. Now, me not really realizing that this covering came off of the pump, floating around in there for about a year or so, and was lodged on my float like this. So my float was stuck at a half a tank because this sucker was in there holding them back. So if there's fluid down here, instead of it reading here, this had it lodged up here. But quick fix, so figured out that was holding me up. Put it back, I recorded it, went through everything, about 5-10 minutes to realize that it wasn't recording. So I did it over just to show you guys, you know, the real raw things that I go through. I really diagnose cars. This is not just entertainment. Oh, this isn't in right. Now it's in right. I believe it's in right. This is embarrassing. That's embarrassing. There we go. All right. That was embarrassing. So yeah, took that off, realized it was just a little foam covering. Thank God, didn't have to buy a new float. Don't know how much it cost, but I wouldn't want to try to get one used from a car from 2000, so I would have to get it new, whether AutoZone, Honda, wherever, God knows where. I wouldn't even want to try to figure that out. But for my plans in the near future, I have to source a new tank or a fuel cell anyway. So I guess it won't be in use too long, I guess. Also, I was explaining when I didn't have it recording, there's a way you can maximize your power, where you wire a relay and wire straight from the battery source in the relay to your fuel pump, and from there you will get more voltage, thus more fuel pressure out of the sending unit. So something I plan on doing in the future. I don't know how near. We'll figure that out. I don't know. For right now, we're just trying to make it to where we got to go without being under the hood and flashlights and all that. Trust me, I've been there years and years, to where I make sure it's reliable. I want to be able to drive state to state if I need to. Not that I like to travel too much, but you get it. You got the picture. Alright, so with that said, putting this back and just giving you guys a rundown on what's going on here. And please excuse the mess, guys. Sorry about that. This is a daily that I work out of, side jobs, as well as going to my everyday job. So I don't really have time for detailing and vacuuming and shit like that. Where the hell's my other screw? Huh. That's weird. I just had them. Alright, well, for the most part, we're done here. And I will see you guys on the next episode.